Welcome today to Maaike Driessen-Haverman, health and vitality coach and trainer and founder of Health at Your Fingertips. Now, Maaike was my interview number 3, and we are now at over 130. So thank you for staying with me, and thank you for being a guinea pig at the beginning.
Yeah.
So maybe, Maaike, for those who haven't had a chance to watch that episode number 3 a few years back, maybe you introduce yourself a little bit, what you do, and more importantly, why it is that you do it.
Well, I've been severely ill, so I thought I have to go into the health and wellness business. And when I started there, I went to a nutritionist and she had beautiful bottles and they were all in 1 or 2 colors. And I told her, I said, we don't go into nutrition now. First, we start with this because I really need to know more about it.
Right.
And it still fascinates me.
Right. Okay. So you're a woman, you live in Holland, you're over 50, you have a family, right? You've been doing all sorts of stuff, and then you got severely ill, and that was a wake-up call for you, right?
That was a wake-up call. So I started with the colors, then I became a kinesiologist, a touch for health, and I'm teaching health and wellness coaches to get them to the ICF level.
Right, so it was all about health, and you did not find the help that you needed right back then. So you set about learning. I know you followed loads of courses in different avenues, right? But it's beautiful, and you share them with people. And one of your pet ones, right? Because I remember that first episode we did was actually on sleep. But I remember, colors has always been, that's how we know each other as well. So the topic today, you are the colors you choose.
Yes.
So that's really interesting. What does that mean?
Well, yeah, that's quite interesting because you choose the colors you need means that your own supporting system will help you with supporting you with the colors you're wearing, because it doesn't feel good if you're wearing today like I'm feeling like these 2 colors, but I have to wear black, for instance. It doesn't feel right. So I don't harmonize my body, my energies, anything.
Right. We have colors in our flats, colors we paint our walls. We have the colors in the clothes and the accessories we choose. We have the colors in food, in drink. I mean, there's colors everywhere, right? We're very lucky to live in a multicolored world. So, I mean, what you've just said right now, so it's about our body then chooses the colors that it wants, or when you wear something of a certain color, that's not what you need that day?
No. It's our unconscious mostly.
Right.
It's our unconscious who knows what kind of process we are in, how to support it with which color, and then it feels right what you're wearing.
Okay.
So for instance, in the morning you're wearing blue, it feels good, something happens that day, and then you feel like it doesn't feel good anymore. I like to change.
Okay, so you need to really tap into how you're feeling to start with in order to access what you need. But then are you saying that certain colors are associated with certain emotions then, or feelings, if you say it doesn't feel good?
Yeah, it's emotions, it's feelings. So when something happens, you need another support system.
So give me an example of a color associated to an emotion.
Yeah, well, we do have so much things. So that's why I'm always into asking the questions to people for my coaching and those things. But maybe you wear something gold when you need wisdom.
Oh,
you can use the gold. It's the wisdom in yourself.
Right. But is it so? Because I've always also understood that certain body types need certain colors. For example, I was always told, don't wear black because it makes your lines a lot deeper, makes you look very certain. So I thought, okay, it's to do with the coloring of my hair, my eyes, my face. But you're saying that there are generic rules, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the inner world. You can do it also for the outer world. We know lots about it, and the branding, the marketing. This is the inner world. And when it doesn't connect the inner world with the outer world, you're just in disharmony.
How does it work? You say that it's our unconscious mind. How does it work? How do you coach people?
Well, when I'm coaching people, you see, I've got an extra language, which is the language of color.
Right.
And then other coaches, they don't have that, but you just combine what they're telling you, the questions you ask, and the colors they're wearing.
Okay.
So it's easier to get to the point.
So give me an example, then how does it work?
It goes automatically. It's so hard to explain. You just see people are telling you things. You see how they move, what they do, what they wear, how they talk, blah, 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 blah. And you combine it all together. But it's just an extra huge tool you're having.
Right.
When they're talking about energy and they are having a lack of energy, and they wear black. We know that
Yes,
black soaks in all the energy of everybody.
right.
So
I don't know if
then
we all know that. I didn't know that.
you didn't know that, yeah. And that's also, that comes to one part. You can wear everything you like, but when you're in crowded places, please wear white silk dresses or little things to protect yourself, to stay in your own energy. Because
Right.
that is quite important to know while you're speaking, text, or whatever you're doing.
Okay, so entirely in white, or you need to have something
White,
white on you?
yeah, as an underlayer.
Oh, okay. Oh, literally.
So
So it's what, the vibrations of colors that affect us then?
also, yeah, definitely. But if you do white, then you stay your own energy, and doesn't matter if you put on black afterwards.
Okay, right,
All the
right.
energy doesn't come into you, so you don't feel that much about the crowd
Oh, now
because you
that's fascinating. And I'm somebody who personally does absorb an awful lot of energy of other
yeah,
people, good stuff,
yeah,
bad stuff. And I often end up being quite, exhausted when I come home. It's as if I've been
yeah,
drained. But so all I need to do is put some white, and it has to be silk.
yeah. It has to be 100% silk, or for men, I say also bamboo, 100%,
Okay, right. But
but
so
white.
what sort of issues the client, you coach this, right? This is something that you do.
Yeah, yeah. But I coach it together with health and wellness.
So what sort of topics do people come to you with?
All kinds of everything. When people are learning, or trying to get to graduate, all those
Right.
things. I was there, and she was telling me about her boyfriend, about her life, why the study doesn't work, etc., etc. And she was wearing black, and she was eating a lot, blah 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 blah. And then at the end, I asked her, why do you also wear black and the dark purple? Why do you need it? She says, I don't want to feel attractive or to be attractive.
Right.
So,
Right.
well, then you know where it's going to the story.
Yeah, so it's an extra
Oh,
cue for you because as
yeah,
coaches, of course, we have to listen to all the cues which are coming. It's an extra cue
yeah,
for you. And then so it is, as you say, it's an extra language that we can use to support ourselves. So for
yeah.
example, somebody who's feeling anxious, well, is there a color which is good for people who are feeling anxious?
Always green is always good.
Green is always good.
Green is always balance.
Oh, green is balance.
Yeah. So up there's
Oh,
a higher energy, below there's a lower energy. So this is always balancing. And that's
okay.
also when we say, when you're looking to green and we're going into the coaching or you're hiring or whatever, you can also ask people when they're wearing it, are you having a panoramic view? Or how can we see you still have a panoramic view while you have loads of stress, your team is not working, blah, 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 blah. How do you do it? And how do you set your boundaries? All those things you can ask for
Okay.
people.
Keep
So,
going.
first of all, you have to follow your feelings. I feel like wearing blue. I feel like wearing orange. I feel like wearing whatever.
Okay.
And then listen to it. And because the colors you choose, you need them. So you're
Right.
in certain processes. Sometimes you're in shock or you have a trauma. Then you might choose for orange, or you have to learn, or you have to focus, then you're choosing other colors.
Right.
And when something really happens which really touches you during the day, it might be that you need another color.
So you're saying this is something that we do unconsciously, but it is something that we can learn
Yeah,
then,
that's our support system.
right.
So we can
But
ask ourselves questions. Why do I feel like wearing pink? Why do I feel like wearing blue?
okay, but so then say, for example, you are in shock, etc. You need to know that orange is a good color for you. So that's something that you teach as well, is that each color
Yeah,
is associated with a certain. So one thing is the
on different
instinctive
levels.
reaction, like, okay, today I feel like wearing orange or red, etc. But
Yeah.
we can also help ourselves by then consciously choosing the right color for the right vibration.
Yes, you can, but also you will see you will buy orange flowers if you need them, or you buy blue flowers or green, or you will do it yourself already. It's just
Yes,
getting awareness over it. And this
yes,
whole process with colors is just getting awareness. But it's also for others because you're speaking a language by what you're wearing, by which
right.
flowers you're buying, everything. Or
That's true, and
giving
we
it.
underestimate that, right? We tend to go for, okay, do I want a skirt or a dress? Do I want
Yeah.
formal or informal?
Or would I like look skinny or beautiful or whatsoever? But what people forget, you will look beautiful as you go for the colors you feel like.
Right, right. And that put you in the frame of mind that you want to be in, right?
Yeah, exactly. And in the kinesiology, we used to ask questions all the time. And there I found out when you ask the questions also about what they're wearing, that they give you much more information. So questioning things where you know the language of color, that's the big...
That's a good point. Because I imagine they feel safer, right? It's less touchy-feely. It's colors, right? Colors are colors. So you're feeling less vulnerable maybe, but then you can read the cues, you can read the signals that they're giving. But I love the idea also of being able to help ourselves, right? So if you know, say we need to be brave and go and do a presentation or something.
Yeah. And then it's also interesting to see, okay, I know I have a presentation where you look to other things. It says, okay, take the crowd. And that's for creativity, mass communication.
Okay.
But then you have to feel like it. But it can support you in being creative in your talks.
Right. So you can sort of trigger it a little bit as well, right? Because that's what they say about red, isn't it?
If you don't have any energy, go for red. But on the other hand, if you want to hire someone and you invite them for lunch and you like to hire them, but it has to be just in a position just a little bit backwards, being behind somewhere in the office, not being in front and giving presentations. But if that person is eating loads of red, you should rethink it. Because they think that there's much energy and it wants to be on stage or...
Right. So, because I mean, so far we've talked about the colors that we wear, but now you're talking about the colors that we eat as well.
Yeah, that's also a story.
Go ahead.
Which colors do I need to eat? Because if I don't have a lot of energy, of course I take some more tomatoes. But if I do have problems with going to the toilet, let's say, then you have to go into orange or yellow food. But it gives also beta carotene, which is good for your skin, etc., etc.
I mean, you say we know, but all of this is totally new to me. I mean, you've been doing it for so long, you know, I have no idea. I know the constituents, like, for example, that spinach has lots of iron, but I've never looked at it from the point of view of the color of the food.
Yeah, that's also really important. And when you're in balance, you will choose the right foods. But when you're not in balance, you're not choosing the right foods normally.
So what about when we have a craving? I mean, I can feel, winter's coming and I've got a lot going on. And then around 3 o'clock is my danger zone. And I start, scrolling through the kitchen like, okay, what can I find here?
So what's healthy? Do you think about being healthy then or not?
Yes, I do.
Well, the first thing, I've got 2 little tips for this. First, drink warm, hot water, like tea warm.
Okay.
That's always a good one. And make sure if the sun is shining that you put a glass, even in winter, just in front of your window so that the sunshine is coming in. And then you really taste that it's another kind of water you're drinking.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, but let's be real here, right? We're in Holland. That's us, right? Not the other people who are perhaps lucky to have somewhere, right? We've been through a really bad patch of a lot of rain, a lot of grey. So what if I can't find any sunshine to brighten my water and I am feeling peckish, or, that sort of eating, which isn't really hunger. It's more like boredom, annoyance or whatever. What color should I go for?
Yeah, I would go personally for yellow. So yellow things.
Like a banana sort of thing.
Yeah, and also gives you loads of magnesium, or in banana is magnesium, which we're all having a shortage of. Right. So you're also feeding. So we are not thinking here about we like to choose what we like. Yes, but we're not thinking about what does my body need.
Right, right.
And when you're thinking, what does my body need? You start to eat on a different level. Start to eat what you need.
Yeah.
And then you start to go into things which you're just like. But I also start with smoothies. I gave you my YouTube channel. I'm talking a little bit
in the
about
show notes, right?
Yeah. I always start with smoothies and thinking, what do I need today?
So you really tune into your body. But the only problem I find with women in particular is that often we're not really listening to the deep, what do I need? I'll sort of say, okay, I need chocolate now because that was really, really mean of him and I'm angry and I should look after myself and I need chocolate. But it's not really chocolate that I need. I need comfort, right?
Yeah, but that's why you're eating chocolate. Because you want, that's what you want, that it's becoming true and not what somebody else wants. So when somebody else is not doing what you like them to do, there's the chocolate moments.
Yes.
But we know chocolate doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
At all, in the end.
So, I mean, because you say our bodies know what we need. I would say
Yeah,
yes. I mean, we all know that it needs to have, fresh, healthy, nutritious, and then the more
loads
colorful
of
that,
color,
lots of color, right?
lots of
But
colors.
then to know specifically, like, okay, I need this color food is a real eye opener to me, and I would love to learn more about that. So, how do you learn more about how colors work and what colors have what effect?
Yeah, well, let's also dive into it.
Mm-hmm.
And but I will tell you a little bit about green because green is also very. You've got chlorophyll,
Yeah.
which is very good for our skin as well. And
Okay.
green makes sure, and that's why we should eat loads of it, that we're not craving for sugars at 3 o'clock.
Right. But so when you see green, it can be anything which is green. It can be a bean, it can be a
The
letter.
best when it's wintertime, when you have greens which is growing above the ground, because that's
Right.
got the sunlight in it. So that's
Yes.
better to eat that
Right.
during
It's
winter time.
such a
And that's
fascinating topic.
yeah, I love it.
But so how do you make it work at home? Because then, all the people in your household
Yeah.
have different desires. Does everybody just walk around with different colored
Yeah.
food?
Well, I'm a little bit selfish. So I
Quite
say,
right.
okay, this is at least what I need. And
Yeah.
I'm taking care of all of you. So
Right.
this is my part. And if you like to eat something else, I'm fine. My fridge is always full of stuff. And I used to have 4 children at home. So I make sure that there are enough colors, enough different things, but all healthy. And if they start craving, I'm fine. But I like them to know that they are craving. And I
Right.
like to know them that there's something under the craving.
Yes. Yes,
So
exactly.
what are
That's
you
exactly what
feeling
I mean.
there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or the other way around when we're not eating. Why
Yes.
are we not eating? Because that's also, of course, to all a thing. And when you're not
Yeah. Yeah.
eating, the good thing about not eating is not feeling. And what is the
Ah.
thing about eating a lot is there's kind of hole in your body.
Yes. Fill the gap.
And you
Yeah.
want to
Fill the
fill
hole.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to fill it, but you never ever will fill it with food or nutrition, how you call it.
No, that's right. It's an
It's
emotional
just
eating, right?
emotion.
That's
Yeah.
emotional eating. But we're talking about a 50 plus audience. So lots of us here, of course, have got a whole past life
Yeah.
of triggers and reactions that we have to it. It's also at an age where we tend to, put on
Yeah.
weight, which we don't want.
Yeah.
And it's also an age where we perhaps don't feel as good about our bodies, where we do need
Yeah.
that extra lift,
Well,
that extra boost.
yeah, well, be first thing is be nice and kind to yourself. When you do have a
Mm,
craving, say to yourself, okay, I'm craving, but I fully love it. I will explore it. I will taste it. I will enjoy it as much as I can. There,
oh,
number one, there it
oh, that's
starts.
a very good one.
So, and then you will see that the food is assimilated easier
Right,
and better into the
right,
body.
right,
Because we all know it's our thoughts who bringing the results.
right. So true. That's very true,
So,
Micah.
yeah. And
And
go
the
to
problem
your
is we do react, right? When I have a real crave, I don't taste anything. I stuff
no.
it in my mouth. It's completely different to saying, oh, okay, I'm dreaming of this chocolate cake. I'm going to plan when I'm going to eat it. I'm going to sit down, put a candle on, and enjoy every
Really
mouthful.
safe, nice.
No, I go there, and I'll be like, okay, what on earth was that? And then I hate
Yeah.
myself, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Julie Kennedy, for goodness sake, you're behaving like a teenager.
Yeah.
And
And there starts the first thing which we should change. I've been craving, okay, I loved it. It's fine. That's number one. And then go to all the colors. Because if you're really craving, maybe you like also cucumber a lot. And then
right.
you put on hummus or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And you put in extra things in your hummus, like, well, citron or dried tomatoes or whatever. Make
Make it
something nice.
colorful. Yeah, make it
Yeah, make
colorful.
it colorful.
Because like that you feel you've treated yourself right as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a piece of chocolate because you know that it's not a real treat, that I'm going to punish myself afterwards. So it's about making it a treat, making it special.
Yeah. Yeah, but also if you're craving for chocolate, just take some hazelnuts with it. Put some nuts, some protein. That's much better, and it works better for the body, and it digests it also.
So for
Will
those
be
sorts of
better.
colors, it's the same thing then. So if I crave, I only eat black chocolate, but if I crave
Yeah.
black chocolate, is the black saying something to me? The color?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the better. The blacker, the better.
The blacker the better. Okay. And so
Yeah.
if I feel a crave for nuts, I'm a big nut person. Is it because they're brown? What is brown associated with as a color?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Brown actually, when it's in our lives, we need it. It's structure, it's discipline, it's
Oh,
all we want to have.
wow. This is
All we want to.
fascinating.
And I had, well, this is a story. I had a course once about colors. And then she said, why do you reject color? Why do you reject the color brown? You really need it. And then I remembered why. And I really need the things, but I also remember why I pushed back persons with the name Brown and blah 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 blah. I thought, oh, that was all combined. So many emotions
Right,
were combined with all it stands for, and it is amazing to be brown.
right.
If you eat brown, just a little bit, not too much,
Okay.
but
So you've
really
got so
very
much to
well. So
teach us. So you teach it in coaching sessions. You have a YouTube channel, right?
yeah, yeah, but I have to go on there again. What I want to say for craving, that's my last tip about it. 22 times you chew. But it's
Oh,
also with your smoothies. So that's also
mm,
much better. And
right.
realize, why am I eating? Why am I craving? Why am I? And it's also with the colors. Why do I want to wear pink? Why
Yes,
do I want to wear blue? Why do I surround myself with green?
right.
But it's so interesting because you're showing yourself to the world.
You are. So it's all basically it's all about raising awareness, right? It's being aware of what we need. And
What
then
we,
obviously if we do a course with you, then we understand what colors are associated with what as well, so that how we can also help us get back on track or
yeah,
help us feel full in a different way than craving, or help us
yeah,
boost our energy level, or sometimes even bring it down. I remember once I gave a conference on Women's Day at the Hilton, and you know me, I'm full power and I pace
yeah,
around the stage and all that, and I
yeah,
was wearing a bright red dress. But one of
yeah.
my friends came to me afterwards and she said, you know what, she said it was almost too much, you know. And
Hmm.
I'm thinking, okay, so maybe
Yeah,
sometimes I should learn to maybe tone down a little bit what I'm wearing, you know, more the
blue.
beiges or the sand color, etc., so that I don't overwhelm people, because obviously my goal is to stimulate and inspire people, not,
Yeah.
you know, knock them off their feet backwards because there's too much stimulus.
Yeah, yeah, that's also good to know.
It is
White is
good to
always a
know.
thing. White is mirroring. White is a lot of things. Conscious, but it's white is about suffering.
Oh,
So that's also what people feel. You will protect yourself by the white thing.
right.
What I told too, and I think we all should wear beautiful underwear. That's number
Okay.
one. If you want to put extra another color which you dislike or you don't like or whatever, you wear it
Yeah.
because you need it. Just wear it as underwear.
So we
There's
should wear all colors is also what you're saying, at different moments, not at the same time, maybe, but so that we
yeah,
should all wear even colors that we don't particularly like, then we wear them as underwear. Oh,
yeah.
wow. Oh, that's
Because
also
you've got
insightful.
beautiful underwear, and let's say people in their 40s, a lot of women in their 40s dislike yellow.
Yeah.
Why do they dislike yellow? Because yellow is your inner teacher. Yellow is abundance.
Oh,
What we sow is what we reap, etc., etc. The singing
you see,
part, yeah,
I
and
didn't know
to
that.
develop yourself and to develop yourself.
So you see, I've
So
always wanted a yellow wall in practically every room in my home. I want yellow, it just is, but I don't wear it because I was told that yellow doesn't suit blondes. So you see, there's all these ideas that people say, right?
nonsense,
Yeah,
nonsense. We need
yeah,
it, and when you need it, it will suit you.
right.
I'm
Oh,
sure
yellow
about that.
underwear sounds nice. It's like sunshine. Like it's a
Yeah,
happy color, yellow. I like it.
it-
It's happy color. But
it's
I didn't know
joy,
anything about the rest.
laughter. It might be also fear. So it triggers for someone else, it triggers something different than it triggers for you. But if you say, okay, I want to be on stage and I don't want to be too much, what you just do, you wear the opposite color also. You're always fine.
Right. This is absolutely fascinating. So, Micah, how can people get hold of you? Do you do this coaching online or in person or both?
Yeah, I'll do both. Normally I do it with the health and wellness coaches, but
Yes.
I would love to teach coaches how to work with the colors. So
Right.
I do it with two other beautiful ladies. We're all trained on the same basis. And I've got the website colораwareness.com.
Okay, right. And that's going to go into the show notes and your YouTube channel. So you're actually on a mission to teach other coaches how to use color as an extra way of helping their clients.
Yeah, and also for HR and management, that they know what they're seeing, what people selling. You have just an extra language,
Yeah, yeah.
what you're seeing. So be aware of it. It tells so much more. And don't go to the marketing branding. No, feel. What do I
Feel.
need? Because when I'm in balance, I'll be the best.
So my colors and all my branding and everything I do are all yellow and blue.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Because for you, it's sunshine, and blue is, of course, authority, uniforms, blah blah. You're safe.
Oh, that's what it is. You see, for me, it's the sea, but I had no idea I had all of that in it as well. Right? I'm
Oh, I
fascinated.
can talk for hours
Yeah,
about
I
it.
can tell, but I'd love to learn more. I'd love to learn more of the power of color. So thank you very much, Micah, for having shared with us today. I mean, it's an absolutely fascinating topic. And I think, of course, we are aware that colors affect us, and we're told, not to put certain colors in the bedroom or whatsoever. But, the fact that we consciously choose the colors that we need, the fact that we can also then help rebalance ourselves by wearing the colors which are going to help us get back into the right state.
Yeah, and I always say the greater guide is within you.
Right. So we need to
So,
stop and listen to that guide, right?
yeah, and I
And
think, and also our children, our grandchildren. Of course, we are all getting or a lot
yeah,
of us are getting grandchildren. So try to do it with them as well, and see
yes.
how they work with colors, because that's the way we should work with it as well.
And wonderful. So like that, we teach the next generation and they don't have to wait till, 56 like me to
No,
learn. The
but they
research.
do it. The
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
thing is, little children will
they do.
choose the colors they want, and it will make, well, do everything to get on the colors they want.
You're quite
They
right.
will do have discussions. They start to cry. They start to
Yeah.
whatever. I want to wear this.
Yeah. And so we should listen to that and learn from that and actually,
Yeah,
cultivate that, nurture it
yeah,
so that
yeah.
they can keep it
I
up the
think
rest of
so.
their lives. Thank you,
Yeah,
Micah, very
yeah,
much. A
you're
lot of
welcome.
triggers for thought. To the rest of you
Yeah.
out there, pay attention. So not just the colors on your walls, the colors you wear, the colors that can help you, the colors that you eat. And go on Micah's website and find out more about her and what colors can do to you. Thank you, Micah. All the
Thank
best to
you.
everyone. Speak to you again this time next week.